At level 73 sailing, you unlock Anisdale just north of Gwyneth. Inside the cave on this island reside the new Slayer monster, Aquanites, requiring 78 Slayer to kill. They do have a superior Slayer monster, the Elder Aquanite, but they can also be killed off-task. They drop the notable Aquanite Tendon, which can be combined with a mithril bar to make the new crossbow offhand, the Aquanite Hopper, which has a chance to let crossbows shoot 2 bolts at once. They are a fairly new monster, so the drop table isn't exactly well known at this point, and I would like to explore it. There we go! 73 sailing, which means we are going to head straight to the island. I think it's actually just to the west of us. Anisdale, I think it's pronounced. Anisdale? I'm not certain how to say it. My apologies. When you come to the island the first time, you'll want to bring 10 swamp tar, 8 camphor planks, and a hammer and saw to build a rowboat, which will make banking easier until we unlock the ship facility that allows us to teleport directly to our boat. The rowboat takes us directly to Gwyneth, which is just north of Perfidness, which makes banking much easier. Aquanites have a unique mechanic where if you use any slash weapon on them, it cuts off their lore, even if the attack misses. Cutting off their lore reduces their stab defense from 60 to 10. So if you want to optimize your damage here, you would start with a slash attack and then move to a quick stab weapon like the rapier. They are single combat, so barrage and the Venator bow won't really be an option here. They only use a magic attack, so you can pray protect against magic and not worry about any damage. It doesn't matter if you're far away or right next to them. They are not aggressive either, so if you need to AFK, you're in a pretty safe space. If you want Neve or Duradel to assign them as a Slayer task, you need to pay 80 Slayer points to unlock them with an additional 100 to extend them. They are dropping rune cannonballs and a lot of seeds, including the new coral seeds. The coral takes the place of herbs and new potions. The umbral coral seems like the most useful to me because you can make the new Armadile brews with it, which act as a ranged potion, and they also heal you while lowering your other stats. I think they will be useful at the Doom of Mokiatl, and probably during the Healers in Inferno so you can heal yourself without losing damage. They are probably some other use cases for these potions, but I'll have to play around with the potion once I make them. There are some of the pillar frags, which are probably the least useful to me because I'm already maxed, and they're used to make the new super fishing and the super hunter potions, which each give a +6 boost to their respective skill. These are better than even spicy stews, so they're going to be very nice for people boosting to complete a diary. And the Elkhorn Coral, which can be combined with the Crab Paste to make anti-odor salt, which will automatically smoke your hunter traps. Not sure I'll do much of that, but I'll try it out still. They are also used to make the new Hemostatic Dressing, which removes a bleed status effect and heals you 5 hit points. There aren't many enemies that cause bleed at this point, but it may help with Vardorvis or even people going for Blood Torva with Awakened Vardorvis. It looks like even if you put a stab weapon on slash, like the rapier, it still cuts off the lore, so you can just switch to slash, cut off the lore, and then back to lunge, so you don't have to bring a secondary weapon to slash it off. Even if I don't slash it off though, I'm not missing that much. I still hit a lot, but yeah, there's the Amy Saw showing you can cut it off with anything. I don't know if I'll bother slashing off the lore. I think the big thing to do is just if you have a special attack weapon that is slash, use that at the start of a kill, and then the lore will just be removed automatically. So I've been using the Sarah Godsword to heal some of my prayer points, and it just takes off the lore right away. So I get the damage boost with the rapier without having to really worry about anything. With max melee and piety, it looks like we're getting about 175 kills an hour, just going based off the kill tracker. I am going to go try to sit in here with the Sunfire armor and goading potions to see the AFK time to see if that's worth it at all. I wasn't sure how many goading potions to bring, so I just brought 6. I did switch the Rancor over for the Bone Crusher amulet, and then I switched full Torva for full Sunfire. And then of course I did build the rowboat on the island, so now I can just use this rowboat in Gwyneth to quickly get to the island. It's very nice, and I highly recommend it. Also, there's a few nickel ores outside this island, so if you need nickel, I guess you could get some here. Goading potion is activated, and it looks like with my prayer bonus, I get about 3.5 minutes of AFK time, so I think I'm going to use this time to go do some chores around the house and maybe have a snack. They do drop rune cannonballs fairly frequently though, and because one rune bar is only 4 cannonballs, I think it's a pretty good drop. And it looks like they drop hard clue scrolls. Definitely doesn't feel like a monster you would farm for hard clue scrolls, but it's a nice bonus. We are almost done with an hour of using the AFK set, and I'm getting close to 130 kills an hour while being AFK. It is quite a bit slower than full Torva, but it's AFK. I'm not sure that this is the best use of my goading potions, and I think of the 2 locations in the cave, I may have picked the worst one for goading potions because I keep getting stuck around some of these ledges where the Aquanites wouldn't really see me. Still no collection logs from these guys, but there is one other set I want to try, so I'm gonna leave and try one more set. And we're back with the Masori top and bottom. I want to see if it's realistic to kill these guys without using so much prayer and just eating instead while having high magic defense. I'm only about 5 kills in with this setup and they are doing a lot of damage, so I don't really think this is the way. Even the Saradomin Godsword isn't healing me enough. I guess I could alternate between prayer and no prayer, but I think I would prefer to just have full Torva for faster kills. I have to at least try to use a cannon over here because that would mean I could AFK with better damage and not have to use goading potions. I think down here would be a good spot to put the cannon. The ground is too damp to set up a cannon here. Alright, no cannon. That's unfortunate, I guess. I'm kind of curious if they updated this guy to give sailing rewards. So let's unlock his chest real quick. No, we just got a useless gold necklace. He is still a garbage random event. We got a collection log, Dragon Cannonballs. The first collection log from these guys. 12 of them, which isn't a ton, and we're a couple hundred kills in, so they seem fairly rare. But cool to have a new collection log, and it'll be fun to use these somewhere, I'm sure. It says they're 3,000 each in the GE, but I'm guessing it's more than that right now. I'm going to try the AFK goading potions again, but I'm going to do it in this southwest area. There's not as many ledges, and there's like 3 of them that spawn in this area, which is enough for me to be in constant combat. So I think if I bring some goading potions, I'll have better luck here because there's no corners to cut off the line of sight from the Aquanites. Right as I was leaving, I just got a long bone, so some construction gains is always nice. I recognize I really should have been bringing the seed box because I'd say 90% of the drops here are seeds, so you can also hold coral in the seed box. If you don't know, it counts as a seed. And then I'm leaving just a couple spaces open for dragon cannonballs, rune cannonballs, maybe even the shark lures, because I kind of like the shark lures for the moon keys. More dragon cannonballs. Still not a lot of them. I don't think I'm going to use these. I have so few of them, and I like to hoard onto stuff. If there's ever like a sailing boss, I would definitely want dragon cannonballs. So right now, they're just going to sit in the bank forever, but it's cool to start getting them. We have just passed the 500 kill mark. Really, I'm getting a lot of seeds from these guys, especially Renar seeds, which are extra good. And then there's a decent amount of rune cannonballs with, of course, a few dragon cannonballs on top of that. I have not gotten the Aquanite Tendon yet, but here's to the next 500, hoping I get it. And there is the 3rd longbone already. These are dropping more often than I thought they would. And number 4, this is officially the construction meta. Every video ever, the last kill count ends in disappointment. This is going to be the exception to the usual video, because we will get nothing. All in all though, 63 Renars, 373 rune cannonballs, and I probably should have brought alchemy because 52 water battle staffs is decent GP. 67 dragon cannonballs, and a whole lot of other seeds and coral. This is a decent monster to kill, but personally, I'll probably stay killing them until I get the hopper, and I probably won't unlock them as a Slayer monster. They aren't that quick to kill, and besides the unique, the drops aren't too great. The drop for the hopper is probably a 1 out of 512 if I had to guess, like a whip is, but I'll probably be sticking around until I get it. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and please consider liking the video and subscribing. I hope you all have a wonderful day.